Good morning, guys. How are we doing? Today is the 29th of April 2022 and I've kind of woken up. I just had breakfast. I've got my coffee and things are, if I could tell you everything that's happened in the last 48 hours, you guys would be like, what the fudge, man? So I'm gonna just cliff notes it for you. So I got cross the other day, as you know, and sent an email to my MP about housing because nothing was happening. We're being taken for numpties and being treated like idiots. So I got a phone call yesterday. There's an OT coming out on Tuesday next week. We've only been asking for that again to happen for the last 12 months. Why does it take the MP to ring and say what the fuck's going on? Okay, so that's the thing. Yeah, I'm a little scratchy in this eye this morning. So it's a little bit red, so just leave it. Rang the doctor's surgery to cancel the appointment, and the receptionist, I got a completely different receptionist than I've ever got before. And she was like, hang on a second. Can you talk on the phone? And I went, yeah, I can talk on the phone. Because I was in full meltdown when I rang up, just to let you know. Ringing up a doctor's surgery and full meltdown is always fun. I may just have found a doctor who is willing to do what it takes to actually look at what's going on. The first thing he did was reverse the red flagging of my pain meds by the 12-year-old over the other side of town. He said, no, this is not acceptable. You need to have your meds when you need them. You don't abuse them. You know, you only use them when you need them. Have them. He said the prescription's already at the chemist. Because they're automatically sent over there. I was like, oh, well, thank you. One thing that we did talk about was the fact that my weight has gotten a little bit out of control. We're not really quite sure why, apart from the fact that I can't be mobile and I can't be as independent as I normally am while we're living here. So he too is sending out physios and OTs. Like, okay, cool. I'm also going in to see him on Wednesday because he wants to talk to me about seeing the bariatric specialists. It is very odd because he's like, yeah, I can see, I see that you know what you're talking about. You eat relatively the right things, and treat foods are treat foods. You know, you have one cheat day a week. Who doesn't? And the rest of the time you're barely eating, if eating anything, or just eating veg because you're plant-based most of it, and the only time you're not is when you go, you know, on your cheat day. I'm like, well, yeah. And he said, well, this shouldn't be happening. And I went, oh, I know, and that's what I've been saying for years. And he said, right, well, we're going to get to the bottom of it. I'm like, okay. He said, because your blood work is like you're a 20-year-old athlete. I'm like, what does that mean? My heart's about to explode? And he went, no. He said, basically, there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, oh. He said, your blood sugars are fine. He said, everything else is fine. There's no reason to be concerned about what's going on, because apart from the fact that you keep gaining weight for absolutely no reason whatsoever, apart from immobility, there's no reason it should be happening. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fun. He said, that's why you're going over to the bariatric specialists. He said, because they will be able to pick up on things that I can't. I'm like, okay then. Okay then. So that was cool. Really odd. Really, really, really odd. Really bizarre. Really bizarre. Yeah. So lots of things happened. Spoke to my sister yesterday. We had quite an honest talk between ourselves. There's stuff going on that I can't tell you about, but she's not great. I mean, she's been waiting for major surgery again for the last little while. She's had quite a few surgeries in the last few years, and she's facing another one, and possibly another one, which is a little bit more serious and a little bit more scary. So she's got to wait and see. Unfortunately, she's 300 miles away. There's not a lot that I can do right now. And we used to live on top of each other, literally, around the corner from each other, so we could be there when each other needed each other, you know what I mean? So, you know, she'd be like on the phone going, can you come over? And I'd be like, yeah. Or I'd ring up and say, get kettle on. Or she would do the same thing, going, I'm coming up to Co-op, you know, get kettle on. So, you know, or, you know, she'd knock on my door and go, get your bag, you coming with me? Like, and that's, you know, she's my sister from another mister, but I couldn't ask for anyone to be closer as a sister or a sibling than she is. I love her so very, very much. And yeah, what she's facing is very, very scary. I just wish I was down there where I could be with her and help her out, you know. Spend more time with her. It is what it is though, isn't it? It is what it is though. So yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the thing. Yeah. So that's what's been happening in the last 48 hours. I needed a day to recover from, or a couple of days to recover from that meltdown. It was severe. As far as meltdown goes, it was severe. It wasn't just a, I can cope with this thing. This was a meltdown that continued for a good 2 hours. And that for me is a huge thing. And I was still on the verge of tears pretty much all day long, and anything could have set me off. So, you know, it just was what it was. And, you know, as it is, oh my God, my nose, man. First thing in the morning, every morning. Oh, so, what was I saying? This week has been freezing again. Absolutely freezing again. The first good day we had was Monday. It was great. And then it dropped. The temperatures dropped again. Absolutely frozen. And I know everyone's been out in their greenhouses and their polytunnels and all of that kind of stuff. But if I step 1 foot outside that door, I will be crippled for a week. That's how bad the cold affects my body. It really does affect my body. So, seed week will be next week. It's a week away from our last frost date. There's not a lot of damage that can be done if I do the sowing next week. And we've got temperatures up to 16 to 18 degrees, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, tomorrow is 17 degrees. It's 14 today, and we're supposed to get some sun, which is lovely. Sunday is rain, but it's only until 10 o'clock, which which is fine because the outdoor plants need water. And you know, it's just a bit of rain, between 7 and 10. Cloudy, but 14 degrees. Monday, 16 degrees. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 15 to 16 degrees. So looks like it's next week's seed sowing week. And I know they say cast narrow clout till May is out. You know what that is, right? Well, May, or Maybush, is the hawthorn. And what they're talking about is when it goes into blossom, it's safe to start sowing your seeds and doing all of that kind of stuff. But I haven't really found that. And I think I don't want to use the polytunnel so much because I can't put the door up anymore because the straps dissolved last year. And it'd only been there for like 6 months and the straps literally fell off. So it was a complete nightmare and drives me mental, I'm not gonna lie. Drives me mental because I've got to sort of like, you can't carry things and do the door. It's a pain in the ass. So I got to find a way of fixing that up. We'll figure it out. It'll all be good. It'll all be good. Anyway, I'm going to go have my coffee. We're going to go and start this day. I got to sort out this room. I got to sort out the kitchen. Ugh. Kitchen is ongoing. I need a dishwasher. I need a kitchen with space for a dishwasher, which means that I need a utilities room, really, so I can stick the washing machine and dryer in there. I hate these small spaces. It's just ridiculous and unuseful for people who are disabled. They're just not helpful at all because they just don't give you the space for the equipment that you need to be able to run your home. Really? Let's be honest. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys later on. Have a really, really awesome rest of your day. I love you guys heaps. Mwah.